Hello mamas, welcome back to the channel. And if you are new here, hello, hi, I'm Sasha. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 and I am currently awaiting my state exam for real estate. So yeah, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to organize the pantry, reorganize the pantry, and we're going to do a little bit of a catch-up. So I'm going to be talking kind of low because one of the babies is asleep. And if you're new here, I have a son and a daughter. My daughter just turned 2 this past weekend and my son is 4.5. And we had a party for her and it was Bluey themed. It was great, it was fun. And yeah, but now we're going through like the terrible 2s and I don't want to we don't want to wake her. So we're going to be talking a little low. My son's watching learning videos and then I'm going to do a quick catch up while we reorganize the pantry. So it's been about a month since I've seen you guys, and actually probably longer, but I've been just really busy studying for my state exam. So like I said, I already went to school and passed all those exams that I needed to do to be a real estate agent. So now I'm waiting for my state exam, and right now my application is under review. So now I'm just waiting for it to clear so that way I could go take my state exam. So every day I've been studying. I feel pretty knowledgeable. I feel like I'm 90% ready to take this test. So I have a built-in sliding thing pantry. The previous owners of this house, like, I guess he reconstructed it and made it like each one roll out. So top here I always have like my spices and all of that stuff, and then all of here I got a plastic container set from Amazon, which is amazing, and I hold all of my sauces and spices and all that stuff. So we're just gonna kind of fiddle through while I talk. But yeah, so for this month and a half I have been studying and just doing mom life, the pressures of mom life, and you know, it's a lot. I've been really stressed lately. And you know, Walter and I were having some difficulties in the relationship, and to be where can I bitch you? Like very honest with you guys, because I'm pretty transparent with you guys. We broke up for like a day. So we broke up for a day, and we talked the next day, and we talked about everything and laid it out on the table, like how we were both feeling. And I feel like if you're in a long-term relationship, especially if you have kids, communication is so important. So for us to talk about how we were both feeling, like for me to feel the way I felt, to want to actually end the relationship, was a really big deal. So because you know, a lot of people are like, oh, we break up and then get back together. For me, it's like, we break up, like we break up, like that's it, I'm not coming back. But with kids involved, it just makes everything so much harder. And of course I love him. So you know, I think when you're in a long-term relationship and you feel like all of the work around the house is on you, along with you're overstimulated, you're overworked, you're overtired, and you don't get sleep, and you are doing everything while he is just working, speak up, because that is not a relationship for anybody to be in. And I am so grateful that he is the full-time provider. Obviously I'm grateful, but that does not mean that everything should fall on the mom at home. You know, we are people too. We need breaks too. You know, and it sucks because moms don't have a clock out time. We're always on the clock. And some dads out there, not all, so don't come at me. Some dads out there get a clock out time. They go do their work, they come home, they watch their football or their basketball or whatever, and they take naps. And then, you know, they tend here and there, and that's it. That's not fair. Like, and, you know, I wish I could, you know, earlier, like, just take a nap and really be able to be comfortable to take a nap, or a girl's day where I know the kids are being tended to, like, on a schedule like I have them on. So if you're kind of feeling like that and you feel like your relationship is salvageable, talk to your partner, because you're never going to get that changed, and you're never going to know if it's going to get fixed or not unless you speak up about it. So I was either, we're going to break up, or we're going to work together as a team, as we should. And you pick up too. You pick up your laundry, you pick up after yourself, you help me with the kids, and, you know, you be more present. And, you know, that should be in every relationship. You know, just because one or the other works all day, shouldn't rely all the house things and kids' needs on the other. You know, that's just not okay, and it's not healthy. I never really had alone time. And, you know, I know a lot of dads out there do. Not all, a lot, just a lot. And mine was one of them. You know, he came home really late from work, and he would game and have alone time till he went to bed and did it all over again. But it's like, I never had alone time. I never got to go away for a few hours every day and go be in my office and work on things, or just, you know, kind of just zone out on things, you know. And it's just, it got too much for me, and I started resenting him for it, you know. Not saying that he doesn't deserve it either, but I'm saying both people, both of you do, you know. Both of you deserve your own alone time, and then both parents need to be present and work and tend to the kids. I mean, if one parent can't work, then, you know, it's still them being at home with the kids and cleaning and laundry, and that's still work, you know. So we had a very long conversation about that, and I have to admit, things have changed, and we're both working on things, and that makes me happy, because, you know, we're both working on things. It's not a him or me problem, it's a we problem. So, and I was always never the person that wanted to have kids with somebody I wasn't married to. That's just my own values. Like, I wanted to be married to the person I had kids with. So I'm still trying to make that work, and as long as things continue to go smoothly, then yes, we do plan on getting married, and we're just seeing how everything plays out. But yes, everything is working good, and you just gotta talk to your significant other, because if you don't voice how you feel, they're not gonna know how you feel. Like my boyfriend said, guys are not mind readers, and they don't know how you feel unless you talk to them, which is totally true, like totally accurate. So that's what I'm saying. If you find yourself in that predicament or situation, just talk to your significant other. And two things are gonna happen. Either they're gonna love you enough and your family enough to change and want to help out around the house, which they should, or they're gonna be, you know, pretty crappy about the situation and blame you that you're irritated when really you're not. You're just tired and overstimulated. And then they're gonna, you know, you guys got to figure out your options. But then if you're with someone like that who doesn't want to take the minute to change because they really do love you and care for you and want to stay with you, then you're with the wrong person, you know, and then you're not wasting your time with them. So on that note, I was like, okay, well, we need to talk, and if you're willing to change as I'm willing to change and work on things, then we can do this. We can work together. But if you were going to blow me off and be like, well, no, I don't need to change, I'm good, then I'm out. You know, you don't want to waste the time. You don't want to waste your time on someone you're not meant to be with, especially if they're not willing to make the time for you. Right? So that's the relationship front. on the middle rack, I usually keep all my cans. I try to keep all my cans. By the way, these things, like I said, I got them in a pack from Amazon. Oh my god, I love them. They're so, like, first of all, so they're so versatile. I can use them in the fridge too. And then they just keep everything together. So I have my cans of like tomato sauce and my canned stuff right here. In the middle one I have all my pastas, like my lentils, my sopita for my fideo, and then in my last one I have my beans, my rice, and all that stuff. And here I have powdered sugar. So I want to get another container and probably get a couple more to add to this. But I try to keep all my cans. So I have like leftover cans from Thanksgiving that I need to throw in there. And I really try to do this, like really organize it, because it usually gets pretty messy like this. I want to say usually after we go grocery shopping, which makes no sense, but if my boyfriend puts everything away, or if Walter puts everything away, he doesn't know how I have it organized. Like, they just don't pay attention. So it gets messy. If I put everything away, then obviously it's gonna go in the right spot. So bless his little heart, he does try. But I go back and I refix it anyway. So yeah, also I suggest doing a reorganization of your pantry. I at least do it once a month. And also while I am reorganizing, I see if I need any more tubs, if I need to take out tubs, if I need to add tubs. And I also go through all my food, like, you know, I check my expiration and make sure it's still good. And if anything looks like really empty, like I'm just like, oh, I'm getting low on beans or I'm getting low on rice, then I go to my family command center, which is right there, which I love, by the way. You should see it in my you should see it in one of my older videos. It's a whole DIY, very easy to do. So I go to my command center and I put on my grocery list, like, we need beans, we need rice, so that way I already know what I'm low on, and then I can do the grocery list at the same time. So I know, it's genius. So that is the relationship side. On this drawer, excess cans that don't fit in here. And then on this bottom drawer, the bread, peanut butter, stuff like that that my son wants to help make, because he makes his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and he wants to go grab it. So I'll put snacks right there, like the cookies, the graham crackers, and I put all that in the bottom drawer so that way they're easily accessible for the kids. On the career front, I noticed one of the things that I was quite unhappy with was I didn't have my own career. So if you've been following me for a while, you already know I love to work. I love being a stay-at-home mom, but I love working. I love having my own career. I love having my own money. I just like being in a career, you know. I love career stuff. YouTube is great, but it's more of a hobby for me. I just like coming on here because I feel like I talk to other moms. So I feel like I have nobody to talk to, because motherhood, obviously, I mean, if you guys know, moms, stay-at-home moms, it's pretty lonely, and I don't talk to any other adults. I talk to my kids every day. So I don't talk to adults. I get lonely, and I like YouTube because I feel like I'm talking to another mom, even though you can't talk back. But I feel like I'm talking to another mom. So it helps me vent. And, you know, because I feel like I know I'm not the only person out there going through these problems, and I feel like if I can talk about it on here, then maybe it'll give someone else the courage to talk about it. So YouTube is great though. I would love to hit the 1,000 subs and then start making, you know, a career out of YouTube. Eventually we'll get there. But I've been having this love of a career of real estate for a very long time. It's been on my to-do list. And I just love all things real estate. I watch the shows, even though I know they're all scripted, but I like watching the shows. I like the whole idea of trying to find a forever home or a temporary home or a flipper for like a person who wants to flip houses for a family. Like means everything to me. And I think it means more to me now that we own a home. I'm back, guys. My battery died, and because I'm a terrible vlogger, I don't have extra batteries. No, don't touch this car. Go play with the other cars. I had to get my battery that's like, you plug it into the camera and then plug it into the outlet. So back to what I was saying. What are we on now? Career. So the career life. Yeah, so I was getting super, if you heard loud and banging, it's because my daughter woke up too. But yeah, I was getting super overwhelmed and with everything that I had to do, like just being a mom in general. And what was I gonna say? So I have a brokerage. So when you take your real estate school, you pick a brokerage that you want to work with. So you should interview with brokers, and mind you, they're not interviewing you, you're interviewing them, because technically I am a like a, what's it called, like a self, what is that called? I'm a self-contractor. What's it called? That subcontractor, contractor. Oh my god, it's missing me right now. Anyways, you're that. You are interviewing what broker you want to potentially kind of work under. So with that being said, I interviewed two brokers, Keller Williams, which I'm sure like is pretty familiar if you're around the area, but Keller Williams, and then my brokerage. So yeah, so I have my broker and I love them. I'm excited to work for them. So if you've seen the last, so the last vlog, so I already told you like how I got that broker. So my friend Kelly, I went to high school with her. She actually works there. So she got me in contact with her broker, and then we just hit it off. She's a great woman. She is so inspiring. She works great with moms, and she knows what it's like to be a mom and have a career, and that's what I love the most. And I can bring my kids with me and Walter with me to showings on the weekend, and it's something that I could do on the weekend and still be a stay-at-home mom. So I'll still, stay at home with the kids, but I could still have my own career, which I absolutely love. That's one thing I want to say was probably a pro above Keller Williams, is that I just felt that my broker is just so much more understanding of what it was to be a mom and have kids at home and still need to work. So that's one of the huge reasons why I went with them. And I am so happy. The brokerage is kind of far from me though, which kind of sucks. It's like about, the main office is, I want to say maybe an hour away from where I live, but I don't have to go there all the time, and I can join Zoom meetings, and I do plan to at least go there because I want to be in the office, I want to go. It's just really hard right now because we have one car and Walter's schedule is Monday through Thursday. So I'm not really free during the week to go to any meetings. But on that note, I was in the training. So I was in week 2 of training. But so this is another thing. I had to take a pause from the training because it's a great training and they expect a lot of you, as they should. But I knew at the moment I was not ready to give them my 100%. And that's only because I'm also studying for my state exam. And to me, it's like I am learning time management and how to time block right now, because with 2 little ones, it was really hard. And Sophia is weaned off the breast milk now, which makes things it just makes things easier. So now that she's weaned and she's a little older, I can kind of leave the house more without her crying, because she's so attached to me. I can't leave and she gives Walter like a really hard time. But now that she's a little older, and she's right here, but that's why I'm looking down. And now that she's a little older and she's weaned, it makes it easier. And but yeah, so my mental health was getting pretty bad. I was stressing about my relationship. I was stressing about taking care of the kids. I was stressing about having a career. I was stressing about the state exam, and I just told them, look, like I'm under a lot of pressure right now, and I just need to focus whatever brain capacity that I have left to just study, because the state exam is like a 3-hour test. It's like 200 questions, I think, and I have to drive far to go. I have to go to Los Angeles, which is far for me, to take the test. So a lot is writing, and I have a lot of pressure on me just to pass the exam. And you know, I hear from different people. People say it's easy if you study, it's hard if you study. Like, everybody tests differently, you know. I'm an okay test taker. I'm a terrible study person. It takes a lot for me to focus and sit down and study and retain the information. That's my problem. I need repetitiveness. I need to study, or I'll forget. So I take an hour or an hour and a half a day to study. I'll sit down while they have dinner, and I'm eating dinner, and I'm watching. I'm going through Prep Agent right now, so I study through Prep Agent. I go to YouTube and take the real estate exams, and you know, they go through each question of what might or might not be on the test, like those kind of questions. And I take time out of that every night just to study, because like I said, I really want to be educated in this, and because I have so much passion in wanting to be, I want to excel at this. So I need all of my time to study. And if I can't study to pass this because I'm doing the training and then I don't pass it, it's all for nothing. And I spent $400 just for the application and exam. So, you know, it's pretty expensive. My mom gave me the money. Thank you, Mom. But it's expensive. I'm not trying to pay again. Honesty, you know, in all honesty, I'm not trying to pay again. I want to take the test one time and be done. So I really need to focus all of my time on just studying for this exam and passing it. So I told them, like, look, I don't have time to really make 50 calls a day and cold call and do my training. That's like 14 videos, you know, because I really just want to focus and give my 100% to studying, so that way when I do pass, because I will pass, when I do pass, then I can give my 100% to the training. And I'm a person of, if I really love what I'm doing and I really want to excel, I want to give you my 100%. So right now I was only giving them like 40 because the majority of it was just studying. And that's not fair to them too. You know, I want to excel at their training. I want to do my best at their training. I want to go above and beyond for their training. But right now I need to make sure I pass the exam, because if I don't pass, then it's for nothing. So yeah, so that's where I was at. So also another advice note, if you're struggling mentally, you know, mental health, you're struggling with something, stop it. Take something off your plate. That was something on my plate that I was able to take off. Yeah, it scared me because I didn't want them to think anything negatively about me, like, oh, she doesn't want to study, or she doesn't want to take time to do the training. Like, it scared me. I was genuinely scared, because I'm like, well, what if they don't like me because I don't have time to do the training? And it's, you know, it's not like I don't have time to do the training later. It's just I really need to pass the exam first. So, you know, I was struggling with that as well. But, you know, my broker, thank you, Rima, you are so, like, amazing. They're like, no, we totally understand. Take the time to study for your exam, and then, you know, when the time gets closer, you know, we'll get in contact again, which I totally love and I appreciate. So when it comes to your mental health, whatever you can take off your plate, do it, because, you know, this is everything, like everything, you know. So like I said, on the middle drawer, I keep my snacks for my kids. I have these little, like, the plastic containers again, and I put my top ramen, which is usually just for me because I like top ramen. And then I have the stuff for sandwich making on the lower shelf, so that way my son can help me make sandwiches. And then on the very bottom shelf, I have two big things, like bowls of potatoes. I have one thing of sweet potatoes, one of gold potatoes, one of regular potatoes. I use all the different kinds of potatoes for like different kinds of recipes. And then I have my flour. And then on the very bottom, we have our Coke, because we are soda drinkers in this house. And I have my cat food. And then on the very top is very easy. I have all my breakfast items. So we have all of my cooking oils, my syrup, the chocolate for Nestle chocolate milk for the kids, my pancake mix, have the abuelita powder. You know, this stuff comes in powder. If you are familiar with abuelita, they usually have like it's actually chocolate, like big round things of chocolate, and then you cut them in triangles and then you make, you know, the hot cocoa. But these come in powder form and they taste just as good, probably not as good, but they taste really good, and it's so much easier to make, especially when you have impatient kids. And then I have our cereals that we eat, and look at that. Just in the minutes of us talking, the pantry is already reorganized, and it's great. It's easy. Just like that. But yeah, so that was just a catch up of how I was doing. I plan to be vlogging more. I'm just trying to figure out what type of content to put on here, because I'm doing a lot of YouTube training too right now. So it's like, you know, my mind is everywhere. But as a mom, our minds are always everywhere. But, you know, I'm not a niche person, so if you stuck this far, that's great, thank you. But I am a multifaceted human, as we all are, and I love doing mommy content. I like giving you tips and tricks. Like my upcoming videos is how I potty trained my toddler in 1 weekend. Super easy. How I got my son to know all of his kindergarten things before kindergarten. My son knows 1 through 20, he knows his alphabet, he knows his days of the week, he knows his months, and he knows all the colors and shapes and all that. But I want to do a video about that, like how I got him to know all those things by like 3, which surprising, no, I'm sorry, he's 3.5, by 3.5. So just like that, like mommy tips, mommy advice, just venting about life stuff, organizing kitchen, organizing bathroom, skincare, just lifestyle, just being a mom and lifestyle. So I'm just trying to gear my content more like that, and I don't really want to show my kids anymore. I'm not that type of mom vlogger, and I don't mean that in a negative or disrespectful way, because I know there's family vloggers like It's Judy's Life. Like I love It's Judy's Life, and you know, she shows all her kids. Watch It's Judy's Life like religiously. Like I've been watching her before she was even engaged. That's how long. Okay, babe. So I've been watching her since before she was even engaged. And then you have the other mommy vloggers, or like, you know, mom content people like Till Vacuum Do Us Part or Alexandra Buter. Like they're moms. They talk about mommyhood, but they don't really show their kids like that. I want to be more of that style, just because, you know, in my own opinion, the internet is a very scary place, and I don't really want to show my kids more than I have to. And this channel isn't about them. Like let's be real here. This channel is about me and about mom life and what I go through as a mom, what I deal with in my relationship with Walter, and that's why it's called Sasha's Day, because it's my day. Like today I am organizing my pantry and we are catching up. We're having a chit chat. We're talking about moms, mom life, mom things, relationships, you know? So I'm trying to just kind of rebrand the channel and just bring it back to perspective of this is a motherhood and lifestyle channel, not a family vlog channel. You know, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Anyway, that's where I've been. I hope you liked the organization and the chit chat. And yeah, I'll definitely start figuring out a new day of the week of when I'm going to post. And I really want to post more real estate content of like more of like a mom trying to get a career, because I am a mom getting a career, you know? So I want to take you guys along with me when I go do my errands and when I go do things like that. Now I'm just trying to figure out, do I need to create a separate channel for that, or can I just throw it on here? Because like I said, we're multifaceted human beings, and me hopefully becoming a real estate agent is just going to be a part of my life. So if you could leave a comment on what you think, that would be greatly appreciated, because that would just help me out. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, especially if you're a mom. Please, I want more moms on my channel. I need more mommy friends. Even if it's virtual, like just I want the community of moms. And I would love, if you're a mom, please subscribe, and I would it means more to me than you know. So on that note, my homegirl is gonna take my car, and what you guys are standing on is on her little Tykes car, and she's gonna take it away right now. So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, peace.